खुश मत हो जाना, रिकॉर्डिंग कर रहे हैं लेकिन मेरे खुद के लिए नहीं, इतना सही यूनिवर्सिटी के लिए। स्टूडेंट्स के लिए नहीं। ओके, लेट अस ऑल सिट इन एनी कंफर्टेबल meditative posture. Spine neck head in one line. Shoulders and buttocks are in one. We will be doing Om 3 times. O will be longer, louder, and clearer. Followed by prayers to Guru and Rishi Patanjali. Inhale. 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 वसुदेव सुतं देवं
की जाना आंघोळीला, नाकात का बसलाय? पोटा घालत जा, गेट आउट. तुझं भरलंय पाणी, जा.
सचाणु
मला बघायला यायचं नाही आता लगेच.
प्रमाणम देवकी परमास्तम कृष्ण वंदे जगद्गुरु। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः। गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। मन्नाथ श्री जगन्नाथ मद्गुरु श्री जगत् मदात्मा सर्वभूतात्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ध्यानमूलं गुरुर्मूर्ति पूजामूलं गुरुर्पदम् मन्त्रमूलं गुरुर्वाक्यम् मोक्षमूलं गुरु कृपा। मोक्षमूलं गुरुर्कृपा। मोक्षमूलं गुरुर्कृपा। And we will connect to one of these gurus, very dear to all of us, Rishi Patanjali. Yogena chittasya padena vacha malam sharirasya cha vaidyakena योपाकरोत्तं प्रवरं नीना पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मिन् पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मिन्। Put your hands by your side. Inhaling, take your hands up, inhale, stretch really well. And with exhalation, come forward and bow down to Adi Guru Shiva, Jagat Guru Shri Krishna, your Nija Guru, your personal Guru. All the Rishis, Munis, Maharshis, Muni Kapila, and Rishi Patanjali. To all the Acharyas from Shankaracharya to your own Guru who comes under the Shankaracharya system of sannyas. All the Siddhas and Sadhakas who have reached the highest, came down for us, gave us scriptures, simplified it further, and now holding our hand, taking us higher and higher and higher to the highest. Please connect to them, absorb their blessings, their grace, and with that blessings, with that grace, with that divine touch, feel confident and committed. And with that, slowly come up that yes, I will reach the highest in this very life itself with the wisdom of our scriptures. Vedic scriptures, Shadadarshana, and the most dear to all of us, Patanjali Yoga Darshan. If you've taken your hands up, allow your hands to come down. Namo Namaha. Let the knowledge be our knowledge now with practice. This is what our scriptures are. The scripture teach us, and so Guru teach us the scriptures, right? And then they say, Om Sahnavavatu Sanabhnatu Saviryam Karvavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu Mavidvishavahe Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. That we both have learned it together. By teaching, I learned it, and by learning it, you all learn it. And so now practice it and make it your own experience. Make this knowledge your own experience. When it becomes the experience, when this knowledge becomes experiential knowledge, then only we gain knowledge, then only we gain wisdom. And so we pray Almighty and to all our gurus that this knowledge actually get a very nice, deep, it becomes deep rooted, it becomes deep seated in us. And so that we can utilize, practice that in our life. When we are utilizing it in our life, automatically we can utilize it for our exams, right? वो एकदम बच्चों का खेल है. That's very simple. That's very easy. And many of you must have realized it when you must have been writing or putting it in words when you are doing your project. How many of you feel that yes, ये मेरे को बहुत मजा आया. Yes, I know it. Anybody?
Yes.
Everybody?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
बहुत मजा आया. बस यही. This is what is the crux of our classes. मजा आना चाहिए.
Yes.
करेक्ट. जब मजा आता है ना, तब जाकर के ये नॉलेज सचमुच में हमारे साथ रहता है. बिकॉज द थिंग विच वी डिडंट लाइक, वी डिडंट एंजॉय, वी ट्राई टू फॉरगेट, राइट, समवेयर और द अदर. वी डू नॉट टच दैट. द थिंग विच वी आर हैप्पी विद, द एक्सपीरियंसेस विच वी आर वेरी हैप्पी विद, that we always cherish again and again. And more you cherish, more and more you repeat, more and more that becomes, dradha. It becomes your abhyas, right? And so with that, let us all go through the journey. No, in our system, we call it Simhavalokan. It's not bird view actually. It is Simhavalokan is the right word. Bird view is, English word and all. Bird view means what? ऊपर से ऐसे नजर घुमा लेते हैं, राइट? हाँ. एंड सिंहावलोकन मतलब सिंह अवलोकन. सिंह मीन्स सिंह. एनीबॉडी?
Lion.
लायन. सो जब लायन कुछ अचीव करके ऐसे बढ़ता है आगे, करेक्ट, फिर आगे जाने के बाद में ऐसे घूम मुड़ करके देखता है, उसको कहते हैं सिंहावलोकन. So that time he is very confident that yes, I know, yes, I achieve, yes, I attain, and this is my kingdom, and everybody is my, so the whole thing, everything is under, this lion's control. Have you ever heard that lion is, dealing with every day with all the animals and all? उन लोगों का इलेक्शन वगैरह कुछ भी होता है? नो, नेवर. एस्टैब्लिश्ड कि वो ही किंग. व्हाई? बिकॉज ही नोज आई एम द किंग. ही बिलीव्स आई एम द किंग. एंड दैट इज व्हाट वी आर डूइंग टुडे. We know, I know, we all personally know. Yes, I know it. How do I know it? Who in me knows it? That inner I, that absolute I, that pure consciousness which is there within me knows everything. It knows everything. And so we are establishing, we are, reinstating that faith in ourselves. And with this, when we will appear exam or you will go to take any lectures, any class, anywhere, छोटा क्लास, बड़ा क्लास, 5 लोगों का, 500 लोगों का, 5000 लोगों का, whatever. I know. You will be the best. You'll come out with flying colors, right? Why? Knowledge is ours. ये हमारी धरोहर है, हमारे लिए बनाया गया है और हमें दिया गया है, क्योंकि हम पे भरोसा है कि हम उसका सदुपयोग ही करेंगे, मतलब खुद में उतार करके प्रैक्टिस करके इतना ही नहीं, वी विल बी पास इट ओवर टू n number of people. That is what we do in relay race. Relay race. That is what, I always believe. My teachers have given it to me. Our gurus gives us, and I pass it over. When we pass it over, it remains with us, right? And it pass it over. And like that, it goes on and on and on unto the last. Correct? And so we remain in that chain. And so we always remain in blessings. ये डायलॉग में हमेशा याद रखने की कोशिश करती हूँ, मैं हर बार भूल जाती हूँ. आज पता नहीं कोई याद करने की कोशिश नहीं की थी, तो वो दुआओं में याद रखना. तो जितने लोग ये नॉलेज यूज करते हैं, कभी ना कभी कहीं ना कहीं उन लोगों की प्रेयर्स में, उन लोगों की दुआओं में, उन लोगों की गुड फीलिंग में हम सब लोग होते हैं. हमारे मतलब शंकराचार्य से लेकर के वेद व्यास जी से लेकर के बाकी सब तक में, so where we are putting ourselves? Yes, with Veda Vyas ji, Shankaracharya and all. Yeah, this is the knowledge which takes us, uplift us to that category. And so what is this knowledge which uplift us? What do we call this knowledge? Vedic Vichardhara, of course. Yes. And so when we are talking about this Vedic Vichardhara, which has been given in which nation? Given by which nation? Bharata. And that's why this Vedic Vichardhara, this knowledge, we call it, which is, running. So it is flowing like a river. And whosoever comes in contact with it, all of them gets benefited. And so this knowledge, which has been, grow, get established, and, getting passed over, since centuries together. And so it is known as Bharatiya Darshana Shastra. Correct? And so when we say Bharatiya, Bharat means over here what? Bhame Rata. Rata means involved, engrossed, becoming one with it. Becoming one with what? Becoming one with Bha is what? Prakash. And Prakasha, which kind of Prakasha? What Prakasha?
Knowledge.
ज्ञान का प्रकाश.
ज्ञान
का
प्रकाश.
Then?
ज्ञान.
ज्ञान का प्रकाश. Then? Only ज्ञान का प्रकाश. ज्ञान का, कर्म का, and bhakti का. Correct? Jnana, karma, bhakti. So jnana, that is what, 3 Bharats we were talking about. And so it is knowledge. Bha mein rat rehne wale log, we all are Bharatiya because we all believe in, follow, and become engrossed in with knowledge. Which knowledge? Knowledge of karma or shaurya. Correct? Or knowledge of bhakti, surrender, Ishvara Pranidhan. And knowledge, which knowledge? Which knowledge? The knowledge which uplifts me, the knowledge about my own self, myself, knowledge of yourself. And so, this knowledge, and that's why this knowledge is known as Darshana or Tattva Gyan or Adhyatma Shastra. Why Tattva Gyan? Because it talks about the essence. Why it is known as Adhyatma Shastra? Because it takes me towards, or it helps me to know who I am actually. Adhi Atmani Shastra. Why it is Shastra? Because it is always true. It is always correct. It is 100% perfect. It has no follies at all. शास्त्र कभी कभी बदला नहीं जाता है. जो एक दफे तय fix. Why? Because that is how it is. It is the eternal Rita principles. And that is what the Adhyatma Shastra is. And so this Adhyatma Shastra makes me understand who I am actually, truly. Generally, what do we call? Human being, of course, but we think that, we are so commoners, ये नहीं हो सकता है, वो नहीं हो सकता है. हम लोग very weak people we are. Are we weak? No, we are not. We are, Amritasya putraha vayam. We all are Amrita. Amrita ke putra means, Amrita means who cannot die ever, who cannot diminish, who cannot get extinguished. And so we all are having this divine power within us. And that's why, ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithunancha, Solomon Grundy की तरह हम जी सकते हैं क्या कभी? We cannot. We realize that, if I am Amritasya Putra, we start behaving like one. And so, we go beyond Ahar, Nidra, Bhaya, and Maithuna. And we start following Dharma. What is that Dharma? Dharma is that which uplifts all that principles. अगर आप लोगों ने भाई आज प्लीज मेरा वो ब्रेक मत करना. We have to cover many things. Okay. And so what is Dharma? Dharma is that uplifting principles which helps us, to realize who I am. And so Dharma is definition. कोई मुझे बताएगा? Dharma की definition which we mentioned so many times in our class. या तो Abhyudaya, Nishreyasa, Siddhi, Sa, Dharma. Dharma is that which helps me for my Abhyudaya, which helps me for my Nishreyasa, for my well-being and for my, higher attainments. So that is what the Dharma is all about. And so these Dharma principles, this knowledge which is helping me to know who I am. And so that is known as Darshana Shastra. Why it is known as Darshana Shastra? According to Indian philosophy, it is known as Darshana Shastra because it helps me to have darshana. It helps me to see beyond my physical body. It helps me to see beyond this material world. It helps me to see the essence in everything. And what is the essence in Murti? Essence in Murti is Bhagavan. What is the essence in this material world? The essence in this material world is that pure consciousness, that Chaitanya. What is the essence in this body, in me? The essence in me is that pure consciousness, that Chaitanya, that Purusha, that Atma Tattva, because of which I exist. It's not only giving me this knowledge, it helps me to connect with it. And that's why it is helping me, it is known as Darshana Shastra. It is the vision of truth. It is the vision of reality. It is the search for truth which is always dominant, strong. In our Indian philosophy, everybody wanted to know the spirit of it, the essence of it. What is lying? What is the base of my existence? And that Chaitanya Shakti, we all want to know. Why we are not able to know this? If we are that, but still we are not able to know because there are so many layers. From avidya, maya, you call it anything. And so, what is Dharma Shastra? What is Darshana Shastra? Darshana Shastra is helping us to know the truth. At the same time, it helps by giving us system, path, sadhana, worshipping systems, tapa, practices. And with that, we can realize, we can attain that truth. And that's why in our system, we have every possible thing included, all sadhana paddhati, all the mantras, then samhitas, then aranyak, that is the knowledge given in a systematic worshipping systems, personal sadhanas, and then attaining the highest truth. And that's how they have divided our complete life into dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. Overall life also, each and every day also, each and every year also, each and every moment also. Whatever I am doing, apply this principle. The part of it should be for dharma. What is dharma? For my upliftment. 1/4 part of any activity, 1/4 part of any day, 1/4 part of anything which I do, whether it is learning, whether it is enjoyment or anything, The part of the first, the basic part of it is for dharma, for my upliftment, which will lead to attainment. That is what we call artha. Artha means earnings. What I achieve, what I attain, what do I get in return? If I am following dharma, I can attain, I can achieve the best thing. The attainment, the artha which I can utilize for fulfilling my desires, kama. If it is earned right way, definitely it will help me to earn better, and it will be able to help me to complete, fulfill my desires of leading me to the moksha. My desires to come out of my weaknesses, my problems, my dukkha, leading me to moksha, leading me to ultimate sukha, eternal happiness, eternal bliss. How beautifully our life is being given to us, divided into these segments, which helps each and every one of us, to be the happiest person ever exist. And that's why Indian philosophy is known as Bharatiya Tattva Gyan, Tattva Darshana. It helps me to know self, at the same time helps me to connect to this Prakasha. Everyone's life is full of light. Every one of us becomes like a lighthouse. It helps our own self, at the same time helps everyone around us who come in contact with us. We know that now, right? Because, whenever now we go somewhere, we are getting that, that welcome in a different way now. We started showing that kind of urja, that kind of energy. And that's the reason why everywhere Indian people are getting welcome. Earlier also, abroad, everywhere you go, Indian doctors, Indian lawyers, any, if the Indian word is there, then they say, no, we can depend on them. We can have faith in them. Correct? And so that is what making us, plus. When we are talking about this Darshana Shastra, which is generally known as philosophy. And so what is the meaning of philosophy? Philosophy means philosophia, love for wisdom. And I think, love for wisdom, the way Indians are, Bharatiya people are having, hardly anybody is having. Why? Because hamare, Gujarati mein gadthuti mein che. It is in our roots. Gadthuti means, bachpan mein jo hum logo ko pilate na, ghoot ke pilate na, it is like that. And so it's in our, in our system. Correct? So we just can't take it out from us. Nobody can take it out from us. And that's why, for all these centuries, they have tried to take this Bharatiya Darshana out of us. They are not succeeded. Correct? And this is what the thing is. Everybody, please, unnecessarily do not keep on sending the messages, okay? Because it takes my mind. And so, this love for wisdom, which is there in us, this love, not only, I mean, generally when we are having, this, when it comes that, 14th February, and then everybody is saying that Happy Valentine's Day, and that day it is over, when it is this Women's Day, everybody said Happy Women's Day, and then everybody feels, iti kartavya tha, ho gaya, ek message dal diya. I always feel that, why we were not having much importance of these days, simply because we always know, the way Stree is been, looked after in Indian philosophy, in Indian system, in Indian scriptures. The Devi was always highest, right? And so that way nobody, no world, no part of the world could do it. And that's why, in India, or from the beginning only, Bharat mein, matriarch was the always system. Even आज भी matriarch ज्यादा है. वो फालतू 2-4 मूवी आकर के अपने आप को पेट्रियार्की को स्मैश करो, ये करो, अरे भाई तुझे मालूम ही क्या है. Correct? And so we don't get into this छोटा thing. थोड़े दिनों के लिए वो असर आता है and then वो चला जाता है. And so when we are true lovers of wisdom, we look at that higher level. एंड सो छोटा छोटा थिंग हार्डली मैटर्स टू अस, यू नो। बचपन में आप लोगों ने भी वो बकासुर या तो ये खैर बकासुर को तो मारा ही था, लेकिन भीम का बेटा था, करेक्ट, वो जो लड़ने के लिए गया था, घटोत्कच।
घटोत्कच
हाँ, और उसका
घटोत्कच
भी बेटा था। और वो लोग जब लड़ने के लिए गए थे तो ये लोग है ना छोटे छोटे वो तीर मारते थे, तो वो ऐसे ऐसे करते थे तो सब गिर जाते थे, उसको सुई की तरह चुभते भी नहीं थे, करेक्ट, एग्जैक्टली लाइक दैट। With this wisdom, our character, our system has become, we have become so powerful. ये छोटी छोटी चीज आती है तो हमें छूती तक नहीं, ऐसे फूक मारते हैं वो लोग, सब चले जाते हैं, and we are marching towards the highest end happily. And so when we are talking about Indian philosophy, wisdom for love, and this wisdom comes to us, in the beginning it is started, in general people, that, from school means is the place where we get wisdom, where we learn. It is never to give any learnings. It is always a place where we imbibe this learning. We never teach anything. We never taught anything. शिक्षक शब्द बहुत लेट आया है, बहुत लेट आया है. It was always guru, means who is very powerful, who is very heavy, who is very big. And so in the aura of that person, everybody start imbibing the knowledge. Correct? And so when we are learning, in the beginning, it's information. What is the information? Aham Brahma. Correct? It's the information in the beginning. कि मैं pure consciousness हूँ, I'm Purusha, I'm pure conscious. This is the information. That information becomes my understanding. If I am going through, first information comes to us from Shravana, then Manana. When I reflect upon it, that becomes my knowledge through Nididhyasana. It becomes my knowledge when I start practicing it in my day-to-day life. And so this Indian philosophy, when we are talking about Indian philosophy, and this Indian philosophy is always giving us, we call it samskara. What is samskara? And now we know samskara is last to go, impossible to go, very difficult to go. It's not impossible, very difficult to go. So which kind of samskara we want? That samskara which harms us? No, we want this, positive thing, which will help me to go higher and higher. And so from childhood, we are getting this samskara in our ashrama paddhati. And so young age is always to learn about, imbibe understanding about Brahman. And so Brahmam acharati, brahmacharya, and that's what childhood is always, brahmacharya ashram. मुझे ब्रह्म को कैसे अटेन करना है, उसका जो सिस्टम मुझे सिखाया जाता है, उसका ज्ञान मुझे मेरे आजू बाजू में थ्रू आउट रहता है कि उसमें से मैं इम्बाइब करूं कि करना क्या है मुझे लाइफ में, यही, दिस इज माय पार्ट. And that is what the brahmacharya ashram. And when we learn that, then when we put it into practice, and that is what, where we will put it into practice, in your home, right? At your place, at your own place. And that is what is grihastha ashram. In griha, in my home, which is my home, my body, my system is my home, right? This is my home. And in this home, I established the knowledge which I have learned in my childhood. And that is what the grihastha ashram. And then what I imbibe, what I practice, what I establish in myself, and I am now thorough with this knowledge. And so I pass it over to other people. I share it with the other people. When I share it, they will get this knowledge. Not only that, they will get this inspiration that yes, I want to do that. And at the same time, that knowledge becomes deeper within me. And that is what is Vanaprastha ashram. Where Vanaprastha, Vana, or so people around me. People around me, can it always be in town only? In town, there are so many things. So go deeper into the aranya and all, and spread this knowledge, to spread this light. That is Vanaprastha ashram. And then finally, when we feel that we have done our duty, when this knowledge is established, then practices throughout completely. And what are we completing? How can I connect to myself, connect to that pure consciousness within me, the Chaitanya within me? I can connect to that Chaitanya within me just by being with myself only. By leaving the whole world, by leaving the material world, all the relations, everything, and connect to the only one relation, the highest existence. That is my pure consciousness, myself. And that is what is known as sannyas ashram. And that's how each and every person, each and every existence attain the highest level, attain the moksha in this very life. And that is how our Shastra is being prepared. Shastra is being that, scriptures, that all the Vedas, and then, based on these Vedas, our Veda Vyasji has, established the system of Vedatrayi, and then up to Puranas. So when we say that all the 4 Vedas which he divided, and then he has written one book on all the Vedas. What was that one book on all the Vedas? Veda Vyasji has written?
Brahma Sutra.
Very
Brahma
nice.
Sutra.
Brahma Sutra. Brahma Sutra he has written, so complete Veda is given. But it was difficult for people to understand. Yes, of course, for all of us. But, it's a condensed knowledge. If it is there, then, we can find any reference to that. We can just go and check. It's there. Okay, go ahead. It's true. It's right. So, Brahma Sutra, then it has been simplified into Upanishads. And then again, it got simplified into our Bhagavad Gita. And so, that is known as Vedatraye ya Shastra
Prasthanatrayi.
Prasthanatrayi. Prasthana, Parama, highest sthan. Okay. So that they are known as. And so any knowledge, anything which we count as Darshana Shastra, Indian philosophy, or which we later on put into 6 compartments, Shadadarshana, that whole complete Shadadarshana it has come from where? It has come from our Veda. All the 4 Vedas, which is been in nutshell put in Upanishada, which in nutshell put in Brahma Sutra, which again in nutshell put in Bhagavad Gita, which again in nutshell put in Puranas. The Vedic Vichara in nutshell put in different stories. So commoners, very common people also can avail that knowledge. Because higher knowledge, to get that higher knowledge, you need to be capable. You need to digest. You need to be able to digest it. Everyone may not be having that capacity. Does that mean they do not have right? They do have right. And that's why this knowledge has been simplified in such a way that at that lower level also, they get that same Vedic knowledge. Knowledge never changes. Knowledge remains the same. What changes? The way it has been presented to them. It is never diluted. It is just made simplified. So everybody can understand and go higher. And that's why now onwards, whenever you will see any story, any TV serial which based on Purana and all, everywhere you will be able to find the thread which which you got connected from, our Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Sankhya, Mimamsa, Vedanta, Jainism, Buddhism, from all that, you will be able to say, yes, it is true. But then they have put it in such a way that common people can understand. Correct? And so that is what it. So whenever we are talking about Indian philosophy, what is so special about Indian philosophy? It helps us to realize we all are eternal. It insists, rather, it is making us, uske bina aur koi chara hi nahi. You are that. What we all are pure consciousness. And so we all are eligible for our moksha. And that's why all our darshanas are talking about moksha. That is the very important thing for us. Everyone is very, I mean, कुछ भी हो जाए, कहीं पे भी हो, कोई भी level पे भी क्यों ना हो, but always they think, how can I come out of this difficult phase? How can I come out of this pain? How can I come out of this suffering? How can I attain eternal happiness? And that is what the moksha. So whenever we are talking about Indian philosophy, Darshana Shastra, Adhyatma Shastra, spirituality, Indian spirituality, then it talks about always about the moksha, realization, which is the summum bonum of life, emancipation, salvation, correct? Liberation, freedom from this nominal world, material world, and attaining the eternal bliss. It is always, Indian philosophy is always spiritual in nature. What is most important? किसको हमें खुश करना है? पूरी दुनिया को. अगर खुद को, स्वयं को पहचानेंगे, स्वयं के साथ जुड़ेंगे, all other things will be taken care of, right? And so what is most important thing is what? Spirit, your consciousness, Chaitanya. And so it is always spiritual in nature, and that's why it is optimism. It teaches optimism. Jainism and Buddhism somewhere, many places, and Buddhism at a higher level, in a strongly it talks about pessimism in life. But Indian philosophy overall, and especially, our Astika Darshana, always optimistic. From Sankhya, Yoga, Purvamimamsa, Uttaramimamsa, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, all of them, they talk about that. Yes, we will attain the highest reality in this very life itself. ये मेरा dialogue नहीं है. I have learned this, from these scriptures, that, in this world we can. So it is talking about this optimism that Punyaham, Punya Karmaham, Punyatma, Punya Sambhava. मैं कौन हूँ? मैं एकदम दुखी, मरा हुआ, ये वो गिरा हुआ नहीं हूँ. मैं कीड़ा मकोड़ा नहीं हूँ. मेरे को जन्म ही दिया गया है बहुत ही अच्छा. एंड सो क्यों अच्छा दिया गया है कि मैं और बेहतर बनूं, और आगे बढ़ूं, और मेरे साथ बहुत सारे लोगों की प्रगति भी करता जाऊं. Correct? This is what the optimism given in our scripture. And we all have, that's why, this dissatisfaction in us. That is the starting point of our life. Everyone we feel that, thoda hai, thode ki zarurat hai, kind of, right? सब कुछ है. नहीं, I want to be better. I want to go higher. I want to go, at a higher level. And so this is how we are going to. So we all have this dissatisfaction that is known as spiritual dissatisfaction, which is helping us to be better, go higher. Thoda aur, thoda sa aur, kind of, taking us to the highest. So this dissatisfaction, this quest is always there, and that is for spiritual disquest. Before all of us, coming out of dukkha is the highest end. Coming out of all the pain is the highest end. And, for that, we practice different systems, different techniques, different sadhanas, different upasanas, different tapascharyas. And so it's like, भाई हम लोगों को हाँ पे लिबरेशन चाहिए तो भगवान जी दे दे या ये दे. कोई भी सिस्टम हमारी, कोई भी षड दर्शन हमारा ये नहीं बोलता है कि भाई कहीं से कोई भी मदद हो जाएगी. No, you have to work hard. First steps, few steps, start walking. Definitely you will get the help from the universe. Correct? It is basic. Our Indian philosophy is based on, that's why, on psychological fact. Why psychological fact? Because, my mind, which makes everything possible, our mind, our chitta is, gathering the information. What my mind gathers, that becomes my information. And from that, my pure consciousness gets reflected. And so if my psychology is that, apne to life mein kahin pe ja hi nahi sakte, mera to ye khatam nahi hoga, mera to ye pura nahi hoga, main to ye nahi kar sakungi, main to wo nahi kar sakungi. If my psyche is like that, I will not be able to attain anything. And what is the psyche given by our Indian philosophy? The psyche is given by our philosophy is that, Punyaham Punya Karmaham. Who am I? I am pure consciousness. Aham Brahmasmi Prajnanam Brahman. Then, Atmanam Brahman. I am that pure consciousness. So it is based on this. It is our philosophy is never, keeping dharma aside. What is dharma? For all that values, all that Rita principles, which is helping me to uplift myself. And so religion and philosophy in other systems, spirituality, Darshana Shastra, philosophy, and religion, they are different. My philosophy is this, maro or maro. Maro ya maro. But my religion is saying that, sabko maaf karo. अभी साइड में अभी मैं एक स्टोरी पढ़ रही थी, पाटन की प्रभुता करके गुजराती स्टोरी है. एंड फर्स्ट टाइम आई हैव रियलाइज जो धर्म ने अहिंसा परमो धर्म कहा है, वो धर्म ने कितने लोगों की हत्या की है. उनको तो कोई राइट ही नहीं है बोलने का अहिंसा परमो धर्म. पहली दफे मेरे को ये रियलाइज, गॉड, इज दिस द So, it is one of our darshana also, but still, when they are talking about it, but it is not coming in their practice, and because of that, it didn't survive for long. It is not becoming the highest practicing principle for everybody. Whereas Sanatana, yes, being it Sanatana, eternal, survive, staying with us. So, in our system, we have synthesis of religion as well as philosophy, and intellect is the highest principle, important principle for us, because through this intellect only we can practice right thing, we can take right decision and reach the highest. And so Pramana Shastra is very important for us. For everything we try to know the Pramana, the proof or the system from which it has come. What is the validity? And what is the valid principles in our life? And so intellectualism is our system. We give importance to intellect, but intellect is again not the highest principle. The highest principle than intellect is through intuition we realize ourselves, and that is there. And so being intellect being important aspect, we have given enough or maybe higher, very due importance to Pramana Shastra. No other philosophies has given Pramana Shastra that much importance. They have borrowed Pramana Shastra, Nyaya Shastra from us. Even psychology also from us. So that is what our Indian philosophy is very dynamic. It cannot be like, kahin ja karke baithe raho, सिर्फ घर बार छोड़ करके बैठे रहो तो आपको कुछ मिलेगा. No, Nivritti was never a path of a system. Even Sannyasa Marga, which is Jnana Marga, which is Vairagya, which is of course Nivritti Marga in general, right? But all our sannyasis, what did they establish? Throughout the life they were Karyarat. Throughout the life they were Karma Yogi, working on themselves, at the same time helping others to work on themselves. And so that is what the crux of, or the important thing of our Indian philosophy, that it is dynamic in nature, coming out of materialism. And if it is, some people are going too much into materialism, bringing them to spiritualism, bringing back the balance. So it was continuously involved, busy with that. Okay, and we have, faith in our Vedatrayi, Prasthanatrayi, we have faith. Shraddha. Shraddha means no doubt, no ounce of doubt also. Complete faith in Vedic system, in Vedic literature, and Prasthanatrayi. We have faith in our Rita principle, the highest principle, the ultimate principles, the only valid principles about the pure consciousness, the reality of this world, which is the base of this world. And that's why we follow universal rules and regulations, moral, ethical rules and regulations, because there is one highest principle which is always there, Sanatana, eternal. So it is always there. When that is there, that is the highest principle. We cannot be higher. And, we follow that Rita Tattva. And that Rita Tattva makes us follow right in life. What is right is more important than what is pleasurable. And that's what is, importance of Niti Shastra. No, Sat Siddhant pe Vishwas, Bharosa, Shraddha. And Sat, from that truth word has come. Sat means the ever-existing principle. And that makes us that, if universe is going to be there forever, the universal principle is going to be there forever, why should I worry? And that helps us to go higher. And that's why if I have followed morality, ethics in my life, good karma will always lead to good results. And that's why all Indian philosophies, all Darshana Shastra believes in karma principle. Karma and karma phala. Because it believes in karma and karma phala, that's why it is believing in rebirth also. Why am I like this? Because of my earlier karma and the karma phala of that earlier, what I did in my earlier life. And so most of the Indian philosophy, we should say all, some systems which they are saying that we do not believe, but they indirectly believe it. Correct? So they do believe in rebirth principle. And so when this Indian philosophy is there, it helps us to know Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate. So I am Purna and I am going to attain this Purnatva in my life. And so in general, when we are talking about this Indian philosophy overall talks about Satta Shastra, it talks about metaphysics. What is metaphysics? Metaphysics going beyond this physical world, nominal world, to the phenomenal world. So it is, philosophy deals with metaphysics. Philosophy deals with, talks about epistemology. What is epistemology? Episteme means to know, or the theories of knowledge, different theories of knowledge. How can we attain that I am pure consciousness? How can I know I am pure consciousness? There are so many different ways, different theories to know. There are different resources to know. There are different sources of knowledge. There are different pramanas. How many pramanas are there, by the way? According to Nyaya, many, right? But what according to yoga we accept? 3 pramanas. What are the pramanas? Ways of knowledge, source of knowledge. Source of which knowledge? Source of right knowledge, valid knowledge. And that is what is the epistemology, Jnana Shastra or Jnana Mimamsa. Any knowledge cannot be foolproof if there is no logic, if there is no reasoning behind it. And that's why Indian philosophy always given importance to logics, Tarka Shastra, and we have complete school for that, right? Nyaya and all that things. Yes, Indian philosophy always believes in ethics, correct? And that's why Niti Shastra is very important part of our system. Many rishis, many acharyas, like Chanakya and all, they've given us Artha Shastra and all, based on this ethics, morality. How should I earn? How should I live my life? What is the right way of living the life? And that is what the Niti Shastra is. And then if everything is there, but if it is not put in a right way, in a way we love, in a way we enjoy, in a way we fall in love with it, then what is the point? We may not connect to it. And that's why only Indian philosophy has given, Saundarya Shastra, aesthetics, accepted it as a Shastra. No other system could do it. But our Indian system has done it. And that's why all our temples, all our learning places, it's so beautiful that we want to connect to that. We want to go again and again to that places. And so that the moment you go there, it has that much power to attract you, connect to you. And so the moment you connect, it becomes your, that knowledge becomes your. And lo, you reach the highest. And that is what the Indian philosophy is all about. It is the vision of truth, Darshana Shastra. It helps us to go beyond, to see beyond Vastu se pare, beyond material world. It helps me to see beyond. And that is what Indian philosophy is all about. But is Indian philosophy, when we talk about Indian philosophy, means just Indian philosophy, Indian philosophy, Indian philosophy? Indian philosophy learned through the Vedic scriptures, all the 4 Veda. That is, again, we can learn under the Shad Darshana, system. And so when we are talking about Shad Darshana, Shad means how many? 6. And when we are talking about these Shad Darshanas, we are having very important thing in that, and that is what we have: Astika Darshana and Nastika Darshana. Okay, when we are talking about Astika Darshana, how many Astika Darshanas are there? Main 3, but actually speaking, they are 6, because all the 3 is twin sister, sister concern, yeah, always divided into 2. And so when we are talking about Shad Astika Darshana, then what they are? Purva Mimamsa, Uttara Mimamsa, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, and then भूल गई
सांख्य
सांख्य एंड योगा. मैंने सोचा कि चलो चेक कर ले, सोने गए ना. सांख्य एंड योगा. सो दिस आर आस्तिक षड दर्शन. व्हेन वी जस्ट से षड दर्शन, देन मीमांसा, न्याय वैशेषिका, सांख्य योगा, जैनिज्म, बुद्धिज्म एंड चारवाक. That is how it is Shad Darshana. When we are talking about Astika Shad Darshana, now you will understand why am I saying this. अगर आस्तिक षड दर्शन पूछा है, ओके, और उसमें से ऐसे कहा है कि नीचे में से कौन सा आस्तिक षड दर्शन है, और अगर उसमें चारवाक वगैरह लिखा है, तो वो आस्तिक षड दर्शन में नहीं आता है, राइट? वो षड दर्शन में आता है, लेकिन आस्तिक में नहीं. That's why, I just once again mentioned. And so this Darshana Shastra. So when we say this Darshan Shastra, seeing beyond, and this Darshan Shastra is divided into 6 Shastras. In that, if we are putting it, some schools in Astika and some schools in Nastika. What are the schools which are Astika? Why we use Astika word? What is the meaning of Astika word? The translation of Astika word is orthodox, right? But what is orthodox? What is the actual meaning of orthodox? Ortho means that which is straight. Ortho means that which is right. Ortho means that which is correct. And so, ortho, it has come from Greek word, of course, that we all know, and we will not be going that much in detail. But ortho means something which is true, right, established in a right way from the old long systems. Correct? And so that's why we don't have to think also about it. We can straight away follow it because it is right. It is correct. What about Nastika word? Nastika means heterodox. Heterodox means that which goes against established system. Established system is right system. And so Nastika Darshana is what? Going against established, going against right system. It means what system? Wrong system. We don't have to say that. We understand it. Correct? And so, when we are talking about this orthodox school, which is right, doxa means opinion, understanding. And ortho means straight or right or correct opinion, correct understanding. That is orthodox means. And so, what is the correct understanding, or what are the schools which comes under correct understanding, right understanding, systematic or straight understanding, established understanding, or established truth? And that established truth systems which is been followed is Mimamsa Darshana. That Mimamsa Darshana is starting part of Mimamsa is Purva Mimamsa. Later part, Piche Ka, is known as Piche Ka. Later, Uttara Mimamsa. And so, Mimamsa is been divided into starting Purva Mimamsa, later Piche Ka, Uttara Mimamsa. The starting, basic, foundational, beginning, always is always with what? Beginning is always with standing line, sleeping line, correct? Some rituals, some system to put in. Because in the beginning knowledge, we may not be able to understand, to start practicing something first. चुपचाप आसन करो, स्टैंडिंग आसन करो, सिटिंग आसन करो. क्यों हम वो कहते हैं? क्योंकि अभी चित्तवृत्ति निरोध नहीं समझ में आएगा भाई, राइट? इसलिए हम सबको सीधा सीधा आसन कराने लगते हैं. करेक्ट? अगर सीधा सीधा सब कुछ आसन भी नहीं आते हैं तो उनको जिम से तो कुछ भी तरीके से, वो क्या बोलते हैं आप लोगों के प्रैक्टिकल में, वो स्टार्टिंग की ना लूजनिंग आसनास या ऐसे ऐसे कुछ भी करके
वार्म अप करा,
कनेक्ट टू
वार्म अप.
करेक्ट. यस, सो स्टार्टिंग इज टू कनेक्ट, and that is what is known as Kriya Kand. Kriya Kand means rituals. Different ceremonies, different systems has given to us. So start following it. And when we start following it, then slowly, slowly we understand the meaning behind it, the knowledge behind it, the wisdom behind it. And that's why later part is known as Upanishad. Later part is known as the Jnana Kanda, the knowledge. Why we call this knowledge as Upanishad? Because we get this gist, we get this essence, we get this knowledge. ऐसे ही मिल सकता है. प्रैक्टिकल तो हम कहीं पे भी कुछ भी करके करें, लेकिन उसके पीछे की जिस फाइनर अंडरस्टैंडिंग you get when you come in touch with your teacher, right? And that's why Upanishad is Upanishad, to sit near God, Guru, or scriptures. Or when we are talking about Guru, then in that, our mother and father also comes. Correct? And so that is how is Purva Mimamsa and Uttara Mimamsa, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, and Yoga. That is known as Astika Darshana. And Jainism, Buddhism, and Charvaka is known as heterodox philosophy or Nastika Darshana. What is the purpose of Purva Mimamsa or Mimamsa? Purva Mimamsa या तो Mimamsa is the word. Uttara Mimamsa के लिए हम Uttara Mimamsa शब्द यूज करते हैं, या तो क्या यूज करते हैं वर्ड? उपनिषद, या तो वर्ड क्या यूज करते हैं? वेदांता. Correct? So Uttara Mimamsa or Vedanta or Upanishad, because that all is known as later part. Upanishad, that's how we get knowledge. But why it is known as Vedanta? Because later part, last part, Veda ka anta. Veda anta is Vedanta. Correct? And that is what. So when we are talking about आगे का हिस्सा, पहले का हिस्सा, शुरुआत का हिस्सा, basic things, and which is the karma kand, rituals. And so what is the purpose of Purva Mimamsa? The purpose of Purva Mimamsa, the starting part of Vedic system, in that comes mantra or samhita, brahmana, and aranya. So all the three aspects, all the three parts, the beginning parts, which is important for all the karma kand, how to do things, how to put that knowledge into practice. And that is to justify the importance of Vedic literature, Vedic knowledge, and Vedic system, all the practices. It is for justifying, it is for establishing the truth, Vedic truth in our life. It is to establish the validity of Veda also for us. It is for interpreting. Purva Mimamsa is to interpret Veda, Vedic knowledge. This mantra, brahmana, aranya, all these are shlokas, all these are mantras in a right perspective to us. It gives the glory and meaning of the higher reality to us. It reveals this meaning to us, right meaning to us. And it is to defend this Vedic traditions, which has been established for now centuries together, beyond centuries now. Correct? And so what happens if we are not able to defend right? What happens? We will see that in between, right? And that's why we all must start learning or getting connected to Purva Mimamsa. If we connect to Purva Mimamsa, all these people are, like Mandana Mishra and all are there, big list is there. And they all has given us this, system of Purva Mimamsa, Kumaril Bhatta, and also we can practice that. And that Purva Mimamsa is to come out of all the errors in knowledge. Right now, many people say कि मंदिर में जाने के और ये मंदिर में ये क्यों जाते, लेडीज को तुम्हारे उसमें नहीं जाने को देते, ये गलत है, वो है. But why people have this question? Because they have never studied Purva Mimamsa. If they understand the Purva Mimamsa, automatically they will know why in some temples some people are allowed, why in some temples some other people are not allowed. All that answers are given in our Purva Mimamsa. And so Purva Mimamsa establishes Vedic authority over everything. Who is authorized? Who is right, correct? Who is valid? That only can be authorized. And what is right, what is valid? Only Veda. Only our scriptures, nothing else. And so they all these people, they have worked very hard to establish this Vedic parampara. And that's why, even today we are able to survive it. And this whole knowledge given in Mimamsa Shastra, correct? And this Mimamsa Shastra is written by, मैं तो भूल गई ना, Gautama Rishi?
Rishi Jaimini.
Jaimini. Jaimini
Love you
Rishi.
all. Thank you so much. Very nice. Jaimani Rishi. Okay. And so it starts with Athato Dharma Jigyasa. Why Dharma Jigyasa? What is Dharma? What is my upliftment? What I am here to do? Why did I take birth? Why did I get birth? I got this birth so that I can be the best. I can realize who I am. And so the whole scripture starts with what is my dharma? Why I am here? I'm here to attain who I am, attain my destiny, the highest destiny. And that's what it is talking about. And it is accepting Pratyaksha Pramana, Anumana Pramana, Agama Pramana, and all the things so that, I can practice and put this knowledge into my practice. It has given different rituals, including the rituals or ceremonies of yagya, tapa, dana, different karmas and all that things, so that the highest knowledge we can attain and we can understand. And so this Purva Mimamsa, which is given by Rishi Jaimini, it is establishing or helping us to know the Apaurusheya, our Veda, which is known as Apaurusheya. Apaurusheya means not given by one person, right? अपौरुष कोई एक पुरुष कोई एक पर्सन से पॉसिबल नहीं है, इंडिविजुअल सेल्फ से भी पॉसिबल नहीं है. It has come from eternal self, the highest reality, and that's why this knowledge is eternal, highest, and only knowledge, only valid knowledge available for the whole world. It is for the whole world, and that's why we call it Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, for everybody. Correct? And so this Purva Mimamsa, then we have Uttara Mimamsa, which is known as Vedanta, which is made famous by Shankaracharya. And this Brahma Sutra, when it was given by Vedavyasji, and then when he divided this knowledge into mantras, into 4 Vedas, as well as each and every Veda in Mantra, Brahmana, Aranyak, and Upanishada. And because it was having so many parts, it was difficult for digesting, and that's why Vedavyasji has established one student. So they are looking after one system. So then it becomes easy to learn. एक चैप्टर के लिए एक क्लासरूम के लिए एक टीचर या तो एक मॉनिटर अपॉइंट कर देते हैं, exactly like that. That's what our ऋषि Badrayana या तो our Vedavyasji has worked hard for that. Okay. What is so important about Vedanta, Veda Anta, the end part of Veda, the end part of Veda? What is the end? What is the essence of Veda? The essence of Veda is nothing else but Brahman, pure consciousness. And so Vedanta talks about Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya, Jiva Eva Brahma. Each and every Jiva is Brahma. Na paraha. कोई दूसरा नहीं है. It is pure consciousness itself. And that's how it establishes us as pure consciousness. And that's what Veda says, that in such a big Vedic scripture, what is given? In such a big, lofty, very heavy Vedic scripture, only one thing is given about Veda, about Brahman. Why so many different ways? Ekam Sat. Only one Sat. Only one truth. That is pure consciousness. That is Brahman. Vipraha, knowledgeable people. Bahudha, in a different way. Vadanti, expresses. The same truth, the same Brahman is being established, is being expressed, is being explained in a different way. Why different way? Tunde Matirbinna. There are so many people, innumerable people, and that's why they have innumerable ways to attain the reality. All possible ways are accepted in our system. And so, what is the ultimate reality or ultimate understanding? Sarvam Khalu Idam Brahman. Everything, whatever we see, Idam is nothing else but Brahman, pure consciousness. Everything we see means every one of us is Brahman, yes. And everything around us is also Brahman. Sarvatra Hari Darshan, Sarvatra Isha Darshan, Sarvatra Brahma Darshan. Everything is pure consciousness. And that's why Ekam Sat, only one pure consciousness. Are there many different pure consciousness? No. Then why we all are different? Why we all are different? Yes, it is the same pure consciousness into different rooms, into different bodies. When that body, when that rooms, when there, that, walls will not be there. Brahman will be one, become one and only one together. And that's why. How can I realize that? We can realize that with different mantras, with different brahmanas, with different aranyaka, and from that we get this essence that I am that Brahman. How can I know? Is this body Brahman? Is my mana, buddhi, chitta Brahman? Naham. Then what is Brahman? Mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankar? No, not that. Not that. Not that. Neti. Then what is that? Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham, Aham. Who am I? I am that pure consciousness. Sat Chit Ananda Swarupa. And that is how our Shankaracharya has established this knowledge. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahman. Brahman is Satya. Sat Tattva, eternal aspect. Jnana, knowledge, which is infinite, Ananta. That is what Brahman I am. And so, when I am able to understand that, that is the summum bonum of my life. And so, how can I understand that? So, that thou art, tu wo hai. That is what happens in Shravana. Our teachers, our gurus teach us. Who am I? Who are you? You are pure consciousness. So, that is Tattvamasi. That thou art. That pure consciousness you are. वो हमें समझाते हैं श्रवण में, हम लोग वो समझते हैं. तो that, who am I, that, am I this, am I this, am I this, am I this, and then from that, with mananam, we come to know that I cannot be body, I cannot be mind, and so beyond that, उससे परे, थोड़ा सा और ऊपर, मन नहीं, बुद्धि नहीं, चित्त नहीं, so क्या हूँ मैं? So then, that pure consciousness I am, and so we come to know that eternal knowledge. Pragyanam Brahman, that I am. Atmanam Brahman, mana buddhi chitta ahankar se pare jo atma tattva hai mere andar ka, that is Brahman. And that atma tattva is I am, that I am actually. And so we realize this knowledge with the process of Shravanam, then Mananam, then Nididhyasanam. And so we have different systems of Vedanta. This Vedanta helps us to come out of ignorance, Ajnana. What is Ajnana? Ajnana over here. मैं कुछ भी नहीं हूँ, मैं तो बॉडी हूँ, मैं तो छोटा आदमी हूँ, मैं तो बड़ा आदमी हूँ, मैं तो स्त्री हूँ, मैं तो पुरुष हूँ. ये सारा wrong knowledge है, no knowledge है. Correct? Who am I? I am pure consciousness. How do I get this knowledge? This knowledge, when we are working on ourselves, pragat hota hai. We realizes that. Just the moment Ajnana, just the moment of avidya, the veil of avidya is gone, the veil of maya is gone. And lo, the pure consciousness, pragatatha, it gets established in itself as it is. And that is what is our Vedanta talking about. What is Vaisheshika Darshana? Vaisheshika Darshana, sorry, pehle Nyaya kar lete, fir Vaisheshika kar lete. What is Nyaya Darshana? Nyaya comes from what? Nyaya always comes from this our Nyaya Darshan means justice dene ka. What is Nyaya?
Logic.
Reasoning.
Logic.
Arguments, reasoning, correct? And it is given by our Rishi Gautama. It is intellectual system, logical systems, which believes that, there are so many we all come into existence with so many different atoms. When that atoms comes together, then our body is getting formed. And that has been established logically. And so, whenever we are talking about logic, that logic, so why do we need logic? अगर कोई बोलता है कि आप ब्राह्मण हो, do we feel that I am ब्राह्मण? कोई बोले आप बॉडी नहीं हो, do we feel that? ना, हमारा अंडरस्टैंडिंग क्या है? हमारा अंडरस्टैंडिंग ये है कि आई एम बॉडी एंड आत्मा किधर है, आई डोंट नो. करेक्ट? सो my experience, my lower experience or my experience through my senses tells me something else. And Shastra says something else. How can I believe? How can I connect? Whatever Shastra says is right or whatever I feel is right. Whatever I feel is right.
शास्त्र
Shastra is right. लेकिन वो मेरा experience नहीं है. So, जो मैं समझ नहीं सकती हूँ, जो मैं देख नहीं सकती हूँ, जो मैं ये लेवल पे अंडरस्टैंड नहीं कर सकती हूँ, उसको मुझे मेरा नॉलेज बनाना है, उसको मुझे ट्रुथ मानना है. कैसे मान सकती हूँ? ऐसे ही कोई बोलेगी तो थोड़ी मानेंगे, नहीं मान सकते. एंड दैट्स व्हाई वी नीड स्ट्रॉन्ग रीजनिंग, राइट रीजनिंग. And that's why, Nyaya school is there to establish that truth which we are not able to understand, not able to perceive, not able to connect to, right? And that is what Nyaya Darshan is doing. It is given by Gautama Rishi. And that's why it is logical. That, we all can't stay without asking ourselves, who am I? ये लोग बोल रहे हैं कि आप आत्मतत्व में नहीं समझ सकते. So how can I connect to something which is very higher to me? We can connect to that higher reality which we cannot see, which we cannot feel, which we cannot touch. We can all believe in that Brahma Tattva. Why we all are believing in that Brahma Tattva? Because of this Nyaya Darshan, because of this logical reasoning. And so this Nyaya Darshana, which is given by Gautama Shastra, and it is for, it gives us epistemology, different ways how we can get right knowledge, sources of knowledge. And that's why Nyaya Shastra has given 7, 8 pramanas. And logical arguments. Nyaya believes in asat karyavad. There was nothing. And because when we say nothing means not nothing means nothing. But when there was nothing else, that time there was one thing. And that one thing was God. That eternal reality, God, who has created this whole world. From where? From itself, from himself. And so, God is eternal principle. God created this world from its own self. And so, what is this world? Is God only. It is made by God only. But it is not God. It is made by him. And that's why world can be perishable. But God is imperishable. And so, Nyaya believes in Arambha Utpattivad. It is Arambha, Shubharambha. Something has been started, kickstart by pure consciousness or by God. अगर प्योर कॉन्शियसनेस शब्द यूज करते हैं, ब्रह्म शब्द यूज करते हैं, तो उसको कोई इच्छा नहीं है, राइट? इसीलिए they are very smart. They use the word God. When we are using God means Saguna, Sakara, and when it is Akara, when it is Guna, then it has Ichha also. And so what was the Ichha? Lokavatu Lila Kaivalyam. Just Lila, just a play. And what pay? Eko ham bahusyamo bhava. I am all alone. Let me be many. This is the eternal Ichha of pure consciousness of God. And so the whole world came into existence. So God created the world, Utpattivad. And this Utpatti, when it has come, and so what is our problem? What is our, what do we want to attain then? If I got birth, then I will be dying also. And so what is the purpose of my life? My purpose of life is to get liberation or from this birth and death cycle. How can I do this? How can I reach to liberation or mukti? By doing right karma. And so, according to Nyaya, Nyaya accepts karma principle, Nyaya accepts mukti, Nyaya accepts punarjanma, and Nyaya accepts God. That's why Nyaya accepts world to be created. Nyaya, the theory of Nyaya is creationist theory. They are not believing in evolution, but they believe in creationism. And so, if world is being created by God, the best personality, and so the world is also very beautiful, very logical, acceptable at the same time, able to go higher to this thing. And then we have, according to, after Nyaya, the system which follows Nyaya Darshana is Vaisheshika. And so what is Vaisheshika school? Vishesha school. Vishesha school always accepts. Vaisheshika school given by whom?
Kanada Muni.
Very nice. Kanada. And so Kanada, or also known as Uluka, and so Kalag or Vaisheshika Shastra is realistic. The world is real. It is pluralistic. The world has come, yes, made by God, and there are so many different names and shapes and every other things are there. And so we all are separate entities, or we all are same. Our karma, our aspirations, our understanding, our knowledge, our plus, our minus is different. So we all are different entities. And so there are many things, not only one. In Vedanta, Ekam Sat, only Brahman. In Sankhya, which believes in dichotomy, it believes in dualism, pure consciousness, Purusha, and
Prakriti.
right? Whereas Nyaya and Vaisheshika believes in pluralism, many things. Okay, it exists, of course, accepts God, and therefore all the systems which is given by Nyaya Shastra. Okay, and we all are special, Vishesha, and not only general. We all are human, so we all are commonly human being. Are we same? As a human, we are in some way same, but we all have something Vishesha, something particular, and that particularity is been established by Vaisheshika, and that's why it is earned its name Vaisheshika. And so this Nyaya and Vaisheshika, then we have Sankhya and Yoga in our Astika Darshana. But first, like earlier, we will talk about this Jainism, Buddhism, Charvaka, and then we will complete our first half. We will have a small break, and then we will start with yoga part. And so when we are talking about this system of Jainism, Buddhism, and Charvaka, why do we call it Nastika Darshana?
Because it does not believe in authority of Veda.
They are not accepting the authority of Veda. If they are not accepting Veda, then they are they accepting any scriptures?
No.
No. They believe in Agama. Okay, when they believe in Agama, what is Agama? Agama which is given by Lord Shiva. Agama coming from, correct, Tantra Shastra. Jainism, Buddhism, both do not accept Veda, but they accept Agama, they accept Tantra. What is Tantra? Tantra means the techniques, the system which helps me to come out of my limitations, Trayati, and which helps me to expand my pure consciousness, Tanoti. The whole Tantra which has come from Lord Shiva. Any which ways. Well, whether you want it or not, but Lord Shiva has been accepted by them. Yes, they have accepted Buddhism also and Jainism also with a different name. Kuch bhi naam rakho na. Sat is Tat, Sat. वेस्टर्न फिलोसोफर नहीं बोल सकते, वेस्टर्न लिटरेचर में भी किसी ने ऐसा कहा है, रोज को या कोई और भी नाम दो, वो रोज रोज ही रहेगा, राइट? किसने बोला था ये? करेक्ट, लाइक दैट। आप उसको पार्श्वनाथ बोलो, आदिनाथ बोलो, या तो अलोकितेश्वरा बोलो, लेकिन वो शिव है तो शिव ही है, प्योर कॉन्शियसनेस इज एनी विच वेज. So when we are talking about Nastika Darshan, why they are known as Nastik Darshan? One is they are not accepting the authority of Veda, and second is they directly not believing that God is creator of the world, like Vedanta and like Sankhya. Nyaya and Visheshika accepts God as the highest authority, correct? God is the creator. Nyaya and Visheshika says. Sankhya believes in God as a creator. No. Vedanta is also not accepting God as creator. So there is no difference in Vedanta, Sankhya, Jainism and Buddhism. All four systems are not taking God as creator. So that is not the problem. They all are same in that. But Jainism and Buddhism are known as Nastika because they do not accept the authority of Veda. If you do not accept the authority of Veda, if you are not accepting the origin, then what is the point? How can you build your things? And so, even though they are not accepting the origin, but they are accepting the origin of origin. And then they are continuing their system. Okay? But when we say that these are the established path, they say, nahi, humko ye nahi manna hai. So then they say some other path. So they are known as heterodox or Nastika because जो established rules and regulations है, established path है, उसको वो लोग नहीं मानते हैं. Because of that, they have earned Nastika name. Got it? Yes. So Jainism believes in 24 Tirthankaras. These Tirthankaras has established the path. And the 24th one, the first Tirthankara being Rishabhadev or Adinath, the best one, the Uttama one. Rishabha is Uttama, best. Okay, he's the first one. The last one is Mahavira. Mahavira means that Veera, that warrior who has, got victory over all the vices, victory over all the sins. And so, what are the vices and sins? Why they have become the highest warrior? Because this war is never outside. The war is always inside within. And so, he has given us the path to look after, to come out of all my weaknesses, all my kashayas, all my sins, which is there on my mana, buddhi, chitta. And so, if I want to come out of all these kashayas, wrong things and all, how can I do it? If I need my chitta to be clear, how can I do it? I have to work where? Somewhere out. Somebody else can work for me? No, I have to work myself for myself. And that's why it is known as Shramana Marg. Correct? It is known as Shramana Marg. And so, to follow this path, I must have right knowledge. And that's why they believe in Samyak Darshana. Samyak Jnana. I must have right knowledge. To understand that right knowledge, I must have right perspective, right outlook. And that right perspective, right outlook is known as Samyak Darshana, to see beyond. Understand in a right perspective. That is what the Samyak Darshana. And whatever I got through Samyaka Gyan and through Samyaka Darshana, I should put it into practice in my life. And so that I should make my character, my charitra so strong, so right, so that nothing wrong I am doing it. And so if I am not doing anything wrong, then only I can come out successfully. And so right character, Samyak Charitra, I should practice Samyak Charitra. And that is what the three jewels of Buddhism, Samyak Gyan, Samyak Darshana, and Samyak Charitra. How can I make my Charitra so strong, so right, so correct? I can make it by practicing something, by practicing Vrata. For human being, for commoners, it is Anuvrata. And for the Monks, it is Mahavrata. According to yoga, they are Mahavrata for all, right? According to yoga, this, Anuvrata, which is in Jainism, they are nothing else but our yamas, ahimsa, satya, asteya, aparigraha, and brahmacharya. When we follow this, then automatically we start developing different bhavanas, which will help us to establish truth in our life, which will help us to practice right things in our life, so that we can develop right charitra, and so that different bhavanas are Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, and Upekshana. And so that leads to realization, or it helps me to come out of all the wrong deeds, wrong karma. And that's why karma phala. I can come out of all that things. How can I come out? By working on myself. Correct? And that's why if one person is following one path, one system, one sadhana, one upasana, and other is following different path, different upasana, different sadhana, is both people are wrong, or any one of these two people wrong? Nobody is wrong. Why? You can attain your truth. You can reach your truth. You can reach your destiny through any path. And that's why all paths are right. No path is wrong. And that's why Jainism is known as Anekantavad. Many paths, many ways are accepted. Aneka path, aneka systems are accepted. Why? Because all that path leads to one end. And that's why it is also known as Naya. Maybe. You are maybe right. You may be right. You may be right. So from any point of view, when you are looking at that one thing, one point, from any point, but your point of view is right. And that's why, because of this Nayavada or Syadvada, maybe, or Anekantavada, Jainism has become acceptable to many people. And right now, no negative things. Actually, this Anekantavada, everyone is right. If that is what the crux of the philosophy, then why they want others to become Jaina? Why they want others to become Buddhist? Correct? It is one of the path. Yes, one of the important path. This also leads. And that's why everybody is allowed to follow whatever path they want. That is supposed to be the important path for Jainism also. It is supposed to be the important point for Buddhism also. But somewhere they forgot that and started insisting that my path is right and that's why you should follow my path. Any which ways. So Jainism, Shramana Marg, which is most important and helping us to reach the highest. When you are practicing it, you become Tirthankara. What is Tirthankara? You become like Tirtha. You become like that pilgrimage place which is so pious. By reaching there, you realize who you are. And that is what is the Samam Bonam of Jainism. The Buddhism, when it is talking about, again, Buddhism is Shramana Marga given by Gautama Buddha. And when he was Siddhartha, when he was prince, and that time he realized the futility of this world. He realized that, we are going to one day die. Though he was kept aside from this reality, but reality, sun can remain hidden forever. Knowledge can remain hidden forever? No, it cannot, right? And that's how he also realized this truth that, I will die one day. I will go through different phases of my life, like Jara, Roga, etc. And so, generally we say that, he has seen these 4 incidents in his life, like Roga, Jara, Mrityu. And so he realized that their life is dukkha. How can we come out of dukkha? How can we attain sukha? We can attain sukha by overcoming this. If we will remain in this world, if we will go on reacting to this day-to-day force, then I will not be able to come out of it. And that's why he realized that I must come out of this material life. I must take sannyasa. I must leave this material life aside so that I can attain my spirit. I can attain who I am. And so he has given as a sadhana the 4 noble truth, 4 Arya Satya. What is the truth? Life is going to have some dukkha all the time. And so there is dukkha is the first truth. Is dukkha permanent? We cannot come out of it. We can come out of it. And that's why what is the second Arya Satya? The second Arya Satya is we can seize, we can stop this dukkha. If we can stop this dukkha, how can we stop this dukkha? And that's why third Arya Satya is there is a reason, cause of dukkha, right? And so if we overcome, if we stop, we can come out of that reason of dukkha, we can come out of dukkha. And so they said dukkha, dukkha nivritti, dukkha moksha, and dukkha moksha marga is possible. And what is the marga? What is the path of dukkha nivritti, or to be free from dukkha? And that path is known as Arya Ashtangika Marga. How can you come out of dukkha permanently? So we can come out of dukkha by following samyak drashti, right vision, right understanding. Samyak sankalpa, right resolve. Samyak vak, right speech. Samyak karma, right conduct. Samyak ajivika, right livelihood. Samyak vyayam, right kind of effort. We have given examples of everything. Samyak smriti, right mindfulness. And samyak concentration, samyak samadhi, right kind of consciousness. This way we can come out. And with this, Anatmavadi Buddha, Anatmavadi Buddhistic philosophy has attained, come out of all the dukkha. And for that, Buddha has realized you are insisting too much, very strongly following one path. And so you become, ekantik, or you become like, obsessed with one path. You may lose balance. And if we lose balance, can we attain? Either you go on fasting, you have no energy to understand it, or you do not, you keep on eating. So all these extremes are harmful, will not help us to reach highest. What is the path which will help us to reach the highest? The path of Madhyama Marg, the path of balance, the path of practice, not just preaching, bringing the balance back, equanimity. That is the Madhyama Marg, not being on the extreme side. That will help us by practicing, Buddhism. And so, with that, we attain Buddhatva. What is Buddhatva? Illumination, realization. For Buddha, it is Nirvana. It is not Moksha. Nirvana means reaching nothingness. No karma bandhana, nothing. That is being empty or being just pure consciousness as it is. That is what the attainment of Buddha. That's what we become, illumined personality. And then we have the last one is Charvaka. What is Charvaka? Charvaka is very strong, hedonist, materialistic. Khao piyo ऐश करो. बस कल किसने देखा है? And most of the world, maximum part of the world is following this situation. This system, even today. Maximum part of the world is materialistic, following materialistic instinct only. Khao piyo ऐश करो. Eat, drink, and be merry. And so, and he says that to maximize my pleasure is my motto. मुझे खुश रहना है, मुझे सुखी होना है. हाँ, प्रॉब्लम क्या है? लेकिन अगर मुझे सुख होना है, लेकिन मेरे सुख का रास्ता किसी और के लिए दुख बन रहा है, तो other system says that please don't do that. Charvaka says, how does it matter? Do that. What is your motto? Your maximizing your own happiness, your own pleasure. दूसरे की प्लेजर को अगर तकलीफ हो रही है तो उसके प्लेजर को ठीक रखना उसका काम है, मेरा नहीं. And so buy, borrow or steal, you be happy. यावत् जीवेत् सुखम जीवेत्, ऋणम कृत्वा घृतं पीयेत्. To be happy, if I need to buy it. I cannot buy, then borrow it. ऋणं कृत्वा. And if I cannot borrow it, if nobody is giving me, then steal it. But be happy. And that becomes, very extreme, right? Any extreme will help the society. It will not help the society. There become anarchy. And that leads the problem and chaos. And that's why, even though it was very well followed by many people, it has very good literature also. Still, slowly, Charvaka lost its importance or path because they believed in Vastu Sukha, happiness through things, through objective happiness over and above subjective happiness. Objective happiness cannot be attained completely because if you are not internally happy, you cannot be, anything cannot make you happy. That he missed, and that's why subjective happiness is the ultimate, which they missed, and that's why Charvaka, even though it's very important, couldn't survive for long. Or right now, it is there in Prachana and disguised way. It is living in everyone. But in theory and philosophy, nobody is accepting that, yes, I like Charvaka philosophy or I want to follow philosophy of Charvaka. They believed in only one pramana, pratyaksha pramana, what I can see, what I can feel, what I can understand from my limited knowledge, limited eyes, so limited senses. They believed in only that. They didn't believe anything beyond this material world. And that's why they are known as materialistic also. And then they do not believe in God. They do not believe in Atma. They do not believe in rebirth. They do not believe in life after death or any of these things. They say, this is the only life. This is the only moment in which you are living. So live life king size. Thank you so much. Namo Namaha. Now in our second, after 10 minutes, we will start our second half. In that, we will start with Sankhya Yoga and complete yoga. We will do one small Om and complete this session here. Inhale. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Have a very divine day and blissful life ahead. We'll get a small, yes, we will be back by 11 o'clock. Yes, 11 o'clock we will be back. Namo Namaha.
Ma'am,
Thank you
I
so
just
much.
have one doubt.
1 second.